Satnam, guys. Let's see what's happening. Hello from heaven. Hey, what do we need to know? I'm being told to actually, when I pull the cards, like start reading immediately. Let's see. So moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. So this is kind of giving me actually the energy I did on the previous collective where like somebody in the collective was kind of manifesting from a darker place, from lack, okay? And like, again, it's not wrong. It's part of the process. I feel like, again, since learning that cycle, since learning that process, I feel like your manifestations are going to start kind of be very consistent, like with the phases of the moon or something like that. I don't necessarily feel like with moon phases specifically, but because the moon phases are so specific and it's like always the same and we can like calculate it, I feel like your manifestations are about to do the same. Like you're about to like be fully in sync with your winning seasons, your planting seasons, your waiting seasons, etc., etc., okay? And it's kind of going to maybe even cause this energy of like no more worries or stress, because like you know like what you harvest, you know what you plant, and you know that it is going to grow or something like that because the consistency is there, okay? So it's like your spirituality, your magic, your embodiment, and then your manifestations are becoming super duper consistent. Life review. Yeah, it's kind of like you've gone through the whole cycle. You've gone through, I'm hearing for some of you, you might be very into astrology. You've gone through like the whole astrological wheel or some shit. For some of you, you've just gone through some kind of like Saturn return or like a proper life review. For some of you, there was some kind of near-death experience or an experience with a death deity like Hecate or some shit like that that really made you almost like see behind the scenes, like notice the inner workings of your own inner world, and thus the inner workings of the projections of your inner world into the outer world, okay? And this is very earthy energy. Life review, it's kind of like you have every document, you have the whole timeline of your life. You know when what's gonna happen if you do this and this and this, okay? So I'm actually getting like you're in a very blessed position to have like this knowledge or something like that about yourself, okay? Like this is very consistent. Three of Wands. It's kind of like again, like I don't want to say you've seen the future, but it's like you understand your inner cycles so well that you know what's going to happen in the future if you do A and B and C, because you just know how the inner workings work. This is like I'm like there's no doubt here, there's no uncertainty, no fear. It's kind of like you know like how a program works. If you put the program in correctly, it's gonna do the thing. And that's how I feel like you're currently adjusting and how you are starting to manifest and relate with life, okay? Very, very consistent. Especially you're very consistent in your woo-woo energy, if that makes sense. Very consistent in your almost inconsistency, almost. Like you made inconsistency even work for you, okay? And the Five of Cups. But this is exactly that kind of energy. It's like very solemn. It's like it's almost very quiet. It's almost like, it's kind of like me. So I feel like for some of you, you might even feel like you're the parent that you never had. Like it's almost like you had to go through things emotionally or energetically, even physically, in order to like get a new start, in order to like it's almost like raising yourself, showing yourself all of your flaws and mistakes and shit, and then with the new beginning being able to like move on and not make the same mistakes you did. You get what I'm saying? Not make the same mistakes you did. but it feels like you're a parent talking to yourself or giving yourself this life review, being like, don't make the same mistakes I did, or something like that, okay? For some of you, this could even be a parent or a parental figure, either physically or in the spirit world, that's been kind of like downloading this energy into you as well, okay? Either way, even though the energy here might seem a little bit solemn, it might seem a little bit down, it is the moon and it is the moon cycles, but it's exactly your almost like mastery, your like I want to say almost omnipotence of your life. Omnipotence because again, you have your whole life in a binder or in a folder, so you can like tweak and choose as you wish. The sadness or the solemnness kind of allowed you this binder of your life, and this binder is allowing you to kind of change these situations or utilize these situations for your betterment, yeah? So no more crying over spilt milk because you know when the milk is going to be spilt, or you just know when the milk is going to be spilt, so you actually avert the milk being spilt, you know? And so again, I'm telling you, it might not seem it currently, but your manifestations are taking a turn for the best. Your manifestations are taking a very consistent turn, and like in regards to consistently being good and manifest, okay? And I want to say, if you're experiencing a lot of dense emotional energies currently, but you're not experiencing it as overwhelm, you're simply like looking at it and like you're reviewing it, this is your sign that like it's because you are stepping into this moon-like energy of always being on time, always being on course. Yes, there are the darker parts, but that's part of you, you know, the eclipse of the moon and the dark moon, etc, etc. So that's just like confirmation that this is where you're headed, okay? Thank you so much, collective. That was your reading. Please love me like I love you. Bye. Yeah. Bye. Oh.